Hi, it's Rachel Maldonado,
Tommy Carrigan here.
And Jaime here.
and this is the Men's Roundtable because I think that others are curious about the men's point of view. I hope you keep it raw and real. And our topic, I'm super excited. It's who pays on the first date? Tommy, do you like this topic?
I can answer it, not I don't think thoroughly.
Okay.
I've had one major girlfriend in my life, and that was I met her at the end of college, so 2013. I dated her for like 5 years, and there really wasn't a first date. We were like study buddies for a year prior. We kind of just one day started kind of dating. So there was no that. And then since that ended, I've been married to this podcast. So there hasn't really been a first date. So I don't think my answer really is applicable. I
Well,
cause
I love it, Tommy, because of course that's what happened to you. But you do have friends and you know how people think.
so so
Is
so just so
economy,
what
you
do I
think that
think?
people want to split the bill?
No, what do I think? No, guy absolutely pays on the first date. It's absolutely do that. It's it's what it is. I hate the deconstruction of the nuclear family and the gender roles. I don't think there's anything wrong with a man providing and a woman caring. I think that's not. I factually know that's what's gotten us from the Fertile Crescent to the International Space Station is that nuclear family, the man providing the woman. My dad is a great provider. My mother is a wonderful carer. I don't think I'd want those roles reversed. And it's not that one is good or one is bad. It's the yin and the yang. It's that's the beauty of it. And so if a guy offers to date and girl wants to split it, sure, that's cool. I mean, yeah, that's fine too. But I don't think a guy should ask, can he pay? I think you should be a man and just do that.
Be a man.
Yeah, yeah,
Jamie. Yeah.
yeah. And I like what Tommy said. Man, he's a young guy. He's a new. I mean, I'm the old school. My school is like the man has to pay. Like I mean, it's not even think about something different.
Yeah.
If you invited a girl, even if it's not a date, if you invite a girl, you you covered. I mean, that's it. I mean, once you invite it, if she's a friend or whatever, you pay. You are the man.
Yeah.
And that's what I have my daughters, and I'll tell them if a guy wants to split the bill, I mean, he's not good.
No.
He's not a real
No.
man.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with a woman wanting to split the bill. Sure. But the guy that's what he should do. Guy should hold the door. The guy should blah blah blah. If the woman wants something different, fine. But the guy that should be his impulsive instinctual response. That's
exactly. I mean, like I said to my daughters, sometimes they will say, "Okay, I want to invite you." Okay, that's their choice.
sure,
Yeah, it's perfect. I mean, the guy is appreciative that
sure.
he's doing that. But really, I mean, it's like a white and black. I mean,
If the guy isn't offering, there's one of two things. He's not a real man, he doesn't have balls, or he doesn't have any money, in which case he's in no position to do anything that resembles any sort of serious relationship.
exactly. And like I said, I mean, and that's great that Tommy, like I mean, being a young guy, is the same thing that the same way I think, and I believe it because men should take responsibility, and that's the problem now. They are making men so you don't know who the man who the girl anymore. I mean, they are so feminine that sometimes the guy is more feminine than the girl. It's
Mm.
incredible, and they don't want to take responsibilities, and that's the society. They are pushing down the men. They're making look like stupid. They're making look that they are not useful. And start with little things like I mean, this girl that I don't need you to open the door for me. Okay, and I told one time my brother opened the door for a girl, and the girl said, "We open the door for me. Treat me like one your friend." And then my brother again hit her in the back, and she go, "Hi, why you doing that?" Hey, you tell me. I treat them one your my friends. That's the way I
Yeah,
treat them. We hit our back very hard,
yeah,
and then she didn't complain anymore about him opening the door for her.
yeah.
Because that's the thing. But they want to make men look like useless, stupid, and everything, and that's the idea to destroy the family.
Hmm.
That's the whole concept of this globalism shit. I mean, they want to destroy the family, They want the traditional family because they're the way to control better. And that's why they're taking the kids, they're teaching all this garbage in the schools and everything, like because men, they want to make men useless. They cannot defend themselves. They cannot protect the girl. Man, we are built in a way to protect the girls, and the ladies are built a way to to be the lovely and loving part of the family. I mean,
Yeah.
I tell you the truth. In my family, like my mother and everything, the center of the family was my mother. My
Yeah.
father was the provider,
Yeah.
but the center is the mother. Same here. I mean, with my wife, everything. The center of the family is the woman. The guy is the provider, and that's the way it should be. That's why I don't like those arrangement about the girl work and the guy stay home. No, man, no.
No. No, no. And not only that is I'd go one step further and say the man is fungible. You earn all the money, you work yourself to death. You make sure that your wife and thus your children are provided for. You can drop dead. You've done your part. You've gathered the goods. You've gathered the metaphorical firewood. She can remarry and move forward. You've already passed your genes on, work yourself to death. You can now drop dead. Like that's it's what it is though. But Rachel, you're smiling, but like that, but that's the difference in like I
Smiling
would
in horror. I don't think.
no. Well, that's what I mean. It's because you're a woman. That's not how you look at it. I look at it as like you provide everything to their survival. You leave behind enough money that your kids can go to the best private schools, that your wife doesn't have to go work, that she has an insurance policy and move forward. You've already done the thing though. You have provided. That's the point. Is you're supposed to provide until your last breath. That's what you do. And it's not a negative. As a guy, I'm like, fuck yeah. Yeah, like that's what I do. That's why I'm a workaholic. I enjoy it.
Exactly. And then, Rachel, I told you before. I mean, we were just having some discussion before. Like I said, like I mean, I don't know the new generation, but for me, I don't show emotion. I mean, I have to be the strong guy in the family, and I know, I mean, communication, thing like that. But some stuff you cannot communicate to your wife because women and men are different. Women get very stressed, very worried too much, and men, we know we're going to solve the problem. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how we are going to solve those problems, and that's why we can show that those big emotion. I mean, it doesn't mean to be emotionless, but I mean, you have to to control your emotion to protect your family. Because if you lose and then they say, "Oh yeah, show your emotion, cry, do all those things," in my generation, I do it. I mean, I remember my dad after I rip my head, and he will go, "Why you man? Why you crying?" I mean, it
Yeah.
hurts. I mean, you're a man, don't cry. I
Yeah.
mean, I know we went to the streams, but it's the way it should be. I mean, we have to show a strength because family count on the man as the foundation for this, for a strong family. Woman is for the lovely and united part of the family because I mean, women
Yeah.
are great. I mean, in that way, showing the kids, showing the husband, and I don't see that in. I think the women are in a way superior of the men because I mean, you can have kids, you can do also all
Yeah.
those things, and you have to give the love in the family. Guys should be protected. I mean, protect and provide for the family, and
Mm.
that's why the first date, I start in the first date. If you invite someone and, and just say let's split the bill, mm, this guy is not that great, or who pays, and then or, that's not a good thing. Or the guy told him, well, yeah, we don't spend that much, like Tony said, is because maybe he doesn't have the money, man, he cannot afford to have to start a relationship. I mean, make the money and start a relationship. But I believe that in everything, from the first day, the man should show that he is the provider, and he should work for that. He should work for that, and that's very important. That's very important.
Agreed.
Why do you think that in modern dating, everybody is so confused about who pays? Should you split the bill? The women are paying for the men. Why is there so much confusion? People literally don't know what's going to happen when they go on this date.
Because they're not being men. They're not confused. I, I'm 34 in 2024. I have no confusion. I don't give a fuck what the men should that shut up. Just if a guy's confused, it's because he is an indecisive man. Am I paying or are you paying? Shut the fuck up. Pay and hold the door. And if she starts screaming, that means she's some psycho blue-haired leftist you probably don't want to be near. Move on. Indecisive men, unmanly men are indecisive. You don't a dude who has balls would be like, yeah, I don't care what it is. The gender norms, shut up. Hold the door. Pay for the dinner. Walk her home. If you have an ounce of testosterone in you, you shouldn't be confused by anything.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I mean, and like I said, now I go out sometimes and sit in a restaurant and I see these couples. I mean, and you don't know who's the man, who's the girl, because even the way they dress, everything, and that's been pushing through us. I know from the school, everything. Oh, we are equal, but
No,
equality
you're not.
doesn't mean that you have to be like a man. Equality means like you have the same rights, but we are different, and that's the thing. They are confusing. Many women are becoming like a man. They drink like a man. They fuck like a man. They do everything like a man because they think that's being a man. It's they want to be like equal like men. I mean, it's not that right. I mean, women should be like a beautiful lady, nice, that attractive, um, soft, great. And guys should be the guy that's strong and you know that. And like I said before, some time before, I mean, like women, even if they try to be tough, only they are those fat lady, blue hair, fat ladies. I mean, that nobody will run, and they are saying no sex for you, and then nobody want to have sex with them anymore. Yeah. I mean, those people, those are the one that I mean, the regular women should be like very conservative, very nice for a guy to take care of her, and and I will be happy. A real man will be happy to take care of a real woman.
Yeah.
And I don't mean putting her down. I mean same, but each one with the right thing that they do. Men provide, women offer the light of the house, the light of the family.
Mm-hmm.
I believe.
Yeah, no, equality in that. Yeah, you can both vote. You can, a woman can't be turned down at a college because I'm with you on that, 1,000%. You're absolutely equal in terms of decent human rights. But in the idea that they're equal is categorically untrue. The very idea that it has to be hammered down and debated tells you that it's all bullshit. There's no debate about none of your questions, Rachel, are about is gravity 9.81 meters per second squared. That's gravity. It's what it is. And if you have to debate about it because it means you're uncertain about it, just a guy takes care, mother is delight. One is not better than the other. It is a unit that works together. It's not rocket science. And any person that isn't indecisive in that is not fit to be either. You cannot be both. That's my 2 cents.
What do you say? There are a lot of males who they say, well, that girl just wanted a free meal, or they're a gold digger, or, we should share expenses. What do you say to those guys?
Learn from it, move on. Pattern recognition. The last time I touched the oven, I burned my hand. I'm not touching the oven this time. She wants a free meal. Hey, just like the guy that doesn't hold the door or a guy that doesn't want to pay for it is not a good provider. A woman that wants a free meal or just wants to fuck, that's not wife material. Now, if that's not what you're looking for, if you're young and you're just going to looking to be crazy in college, that's a whole different whatever. But just ignore it. If she's a gold, ignore it. She wants a free, ignore it. Move on. Don't think twice about it. Uh, the same way as you see a homeless guy screaming at you, do you sit down and go, "Now, why are you yelling at me?" You just look at him and you go, "That fucking crackhead," and you lock your doors and drive away. No, don't waste a second on it. Move on. It's not it's simple.
Exactly. And then, okay, also, what the guy wants, because he knows that she's going to do that. Maybe he's just looking to have a quick out at night and the same thing. I mean, both have to learn about it. But the thing is, if you have to learn from each time, and that's the important part. You have to learn. I mean, and like you know, and the only way you can learn is practice. I mean, I know,
Yeah.
and and some girls can be like beautiful, whatever, and they are gold diggers or whatever, but it doesn't matter. At the end, if you go out, you not even you know you're going to pay. It doesn't matter what happened or who was the girl or what's going to happen with the girl. In your mind, you have to go to pay because that's how you're a man, and you learn. I mean, we have to go through that. Men are not that emotional. I mean, we are not going to cry for somebody like drop us next day, or also like I said before. I mean, we no man complain saying, "Oh, she used me." Ah, I man complain. I mean, yeah, it was a good fun night. That's it. But no, I don't know one of my friend that will say, "Oh, she used me. She used my body. She wanted to just have sex with me." Come on, no
Yeah,
men do
shut
that.
up. Yeah, shut up.
That's women can do that. It's like women. I mean, they can complain with another friend. I mean, saying, uh, "Oh yeah, he went here waiting for him to call me, whatever." Man, women can say that. Okay, even when you go together, guys, I'll tell you this: we go, or you go out with somebody, they come home, there your friend asks, "Hey, how you went with your girl?" "Oh, it's okay, okay." That's it. I mean, we don't go, "Oh yeah, she was dressing like this, or she was doing that." We don't go that way. Women, they will say, "Yeah, he treated me this, he gave me this, he bring me a flower." Guy go, "Yeah, she was looking great, she was looking hot." That's it.
Yeah.
That much. We don't
Yeah.
even talk about it, and that's the way it should be. I mean, because like I said, emotions is more for girls. I mean, I don't say this. Something happened to my daughter, or something happened, I show my emotions. But I mean,
Sure.
but, but emotion is for that type of things. Guys should keep it for themselves. That's my belief. I said I'm older than a lot older than Tony. And I mean, but I mean, for me, guys should keep their emotion for themselves, protect their family, take care of the woman. It doesn't matter at what stage, from the first day to the end of life. That our job is to protect the,
Yeah.
the family and the lady.
Yeah. You can have your emotions on your own, suffer in silence, and you can show emotion with family. You you can and should cry at a funeral, your grandmother, your brother, your child. That's good. Show them because that is you're showing your emotion, and it's you truly you see someone all my dad, my uncle, they're all extremely masculine men. If I ever see them crying in the one or two times I have in my life, it's been at an extremely tragic funeral. And then you see it and you go, there, it's worth it. You see how much value that has when you see a dude breaking down. You go, he truly loved that grandmother. He truly loved his uncle. That's good. Other than that, it's just shut up and move forward. Like just I have bad emotions. Well, what are causing the bad emotions? Like we were talking about being a workaholic. The only days my mind gets the best of me are the days I'm not bettering myself, or the days I sleep in, kind of doing nothing. That's when I start to get anxious. That's when I start to get depressed. That's when I start to get emotional. Versus when I'm like, or when I wake up and gonna go hit the gym, we're gonna do a podcast, we're gonna email a couple more people, I'm gonna try out this sponsor, we're gonna do this, we're gonna maneuver, and then you work a full day, you're working towards your goal, and at the end of the day, you're satisfyingly exhausted, and then you go to sleep. And that's what it should be. Is when you feel emotions, you should say, what are causing these emotions? It's fear that I don't have enough money. Okay, go to work until the problem's gone. But it's Saturday, it's Sunday. Shut the fuck up. Hey, when you're 21 in your college, sure, lay around hungover. I get it. It's a fun time. But if the problems in your life are coming from where you are in life, look at where you want to be in life. If you're at the bottom of a hill and you go, it's so cold. If you're in a valley and there's shadows and you're cold, you don't sit there going, I'm so cold. You go, I can see sun at the top of that hill. We're going to the top of the hill. And you get to the top of the hill and you go, it's so warm up here. And then you remove the thing that was causing the shit. But to just sit there and go, it's cold. I hate the cold. Man, why am I always so cold? That is a weak human being who will and should be eaten by an animal. Like, just, and I have a biology degree. This isn't some like, I didn't serve in the military. This isn't some like bravado shit. This is like basic, when you get a phone, it's like your basic data plan. This is basic male plan. Like this should be the bottom. This should be the threshold. Like this is what it is. I don't. It's very simplistic and utilitarian. Problem, fix it. Problem, fix it. Just now look at my mom. My mom is someone that I can go to and turn to whenever I am having emotions, because your mother is the light. She is the love. She is the person you can go to and say whatever's on your mind. I talk to my dad, show my dad how my podcast is doing and, the money it's earning. And without a moment's hesitation, it's double it. And I don't take that as an insult. If my dad wasn't impressed, he'd be like, you need to go do something else. Him
Yes.
saying double it, that is the same as my mom saying you're great. That's my dad going, that's a viable thing. Keep moving forward.
Oh,
So it's you know what I mean? It's the same thing. The same reason though, as like I don't turn to my mom. I don't show my mom. My mom would go, "Oh, that's so great, honey. That's perfect." But my mom would also hang up my finger paintings on the fridge. It's a different kind of love, right? So that's what it is. If it wasn't working out, my dad would be like, "What the fuck are you doing? Go get a real job." But instead, if he looks at it and goes, "Good, double it," that is a stamp of approval. That's someone who's raised a family looking at me and going, "You can keep doing this. This is going to work." It's very. If you're not a guy, it can come across as cold and detached, but it's not at all. It's not at all. It is, to me, it is truly no different than the love my mom gives me. Like everything James saying, I'm like, yeah, that's just what it is.
Yeah, that's great because I mean the same thing. I mean, what happened is like Tommy said, you're doing now well. Okay, number one, don't blame anybody else.
No,
It's your responsibility, and that's it.
Yeah.
If you're doing, and I was mentioned before, I mean, to your show, I mean, that people are doing well, and if I'm doing wrong or bad, it's because I'm doing something that is not correct. I mean, I have to fix it. I have to find that, but I cannot blame anyone else. I cannot blame, and I have to change way of thinking. I mean, because when you blame someone else, then you have an excuse not to do things.
correct.
Yeah, and the situation, whatever, is different. And then I know sometimes you're tired. Sometimes you're tired of fighting. Sometimes you're tired of doing things. I mean, I've been fighting 50 years of my life, and sometimes you're tired. But that's it. Maybe you're tired. Take a half an hour to relax, eh, and go back again. I mean,
Yeah,
nothing else you
Yeah.
can do. I mean, complaining, crying, suffering. No.
does nothing. It does
Yeah, exactly.
absolutely. So
And-
yeah,
And then I can say, I mean, also, and the mother is different. I mean, my father already passed away, but I mean, I will bring him something, and he will say, "That's good, okay." Even with my grades, yeah, I was doing great. And he said, "Nah, you're getting 80. I don't sign that.
yeah,
Make it better. You can do better." And my mother will, even still my mother. I mean, I am past 60. My mother will say, "Oh, I would love to hug you, sweet, and hug you, my little baby, whatever." And I said, I laugh. I mean, but that's the mother. I mean, and whatever I tell her, man, I did this, And I just told whatever, and she goes, "Oh, that's great, yeah," and like I said, for a baby still, and that's the mother's job, and,
Yeah.
and, and that's it. My father was very strict, super strict, and back in that time, and they hit you hard with the belt if
Yeah.
you didn't do it, and I
Good
guess
for you.
no trauma.
None.
Yeah, we didn't understand what psychologists or anything of that matter. Okay, because uh, you're not working properly. You feel bad. Okay, come on. You're crying. I'm going to make you cry for a reason.
Yeah, you want to cry for yeah.
And that's it.
And
And I remember, nothing affected us. And like I said, and for us as a man, he was very strict with my sisters. He was soft. He will remember. He will do a lot of other things. I mean, that's the way. He was, and that's why sometimes boys are closer to the mom, and girls are closer to the dad, because I mean, the, the
sure.
the guy, the man always is protecting
Yeah.
the woman. It doesn't matter if the daughter, the wife, or the mother, they always protected. And that's like I said, from the beginning, they have to show they are real men. And real men is taking care of all those things from the start. And I hate those people that said, "Oh, dad is stay home dad." Come on, come on.
Dad can be stay at home if he's running his own business remotely.
Exactly, but not taking the wife working hard outside.
What the fuck?
Yeah, the
She's
guy.
working hard and he's staying home. She's cheating on him and he's gay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's in
This
that
is what
area.
it is.
Yeah, in that area. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And,
Yeah, that's I don't like that. I mean, I'm not a fan of that.
but and discipline for corporal punishment. We got spanked when we were little. There's a difference between. I mean, if your father's an alcoholic and beating the shit out of you, or you're being sexually assaulted, that's a crime. Then that's awful, and that is trauma. But in terms of like having a very strict father, like to me that like even I've talked about like yeah I had a very strict dad and like we got hit when we were little and be like I'm fine and I've had people be like but you're not fine, you can't take a day off and all you do is work, and I'm like yeah, and I look around at other people that don't do this and I have nothing but disgust. Like I don't like I like when I got into medical school, it was just I mean, I went to the University of Georgia. It was 30,000 beautiful women there. I went to one football game in 3 years there. All I did was study. And it's because I didn't blame anyone else. I was like, I want to go to medical school. And I understand that I'm not going to have these crazy party experiences and I'll miss them, but I want to go here. And that's you just move forward. It's no one's fault but your own. When the class average in organic chemistry is a 50, you don't sit around going, well, everyone's getting a 50. I got like a 99 in that class, and most people had to retake the class. That's not my fucking problem. Work harder. Like, I'm no more smart than any one of these people. Just work harder. And it's not only that it's okay, it actually is love. That is love. If your father, it's the same way if you ever have a friend and you give them tough love, hey, I've known you for you're my lifelong friend. I love you to death. You're drinking way too much, man. And no one else is gonna say it to you. And you can hate me, but you're drinking way too much, and I don't like seeing the path you're going down. You're rude and you're becoming an asshole. And they get mad at you and you don't talk for a month. Eventually they might come back to you and be like, I thought I man, I'm getting help or something. That's what a real friend does. It's tough love. If your dad just you're the best, you're number one, that's setting you up to get absolutely fucked because you don't live in a vacuum. You know what happens once you leave that household, once you're 18, and you go out into the real world? You're met by a bunch of other people who were not raised by those dads. And you start a podcast, you go, oh, like I got banned from YouTube. There's a bunch of people I know who I got banned from YouTube. I don't get any love from the algorithm, so I can't do it. Shut the fuck up. I got banned from YouTube 3 years ago. Shut up, move forward. And what Jimmy's saying is like, don't blame anyone. Don't blame anyone. The only time you should ever blame someone is when you're using it as a motivation to work harder. So like when I got banned from YouTube for medical misinformation for interviewing Dr. Malone and Dr. McCullough, what I did is I looked at it was the CEO of YouTube at the time who just passed away, Susan something, and Anthony Fauci. And I looked at both of them and in my mind I just went, this is their fault, fuck them. And every day I would work, and instead of working harder, I would work harder and I would just think of them and I'd go, I'm gonna fucking prove them wrong. She runs up $1 trillion corporation and he's the head of the whatever, the CDC. I'm gonna fucking break their necks, metaphorically, not calling for violence. I'm gonna break their fucking necks, and I'm going to. That's the first episode I did on Rumble when I got banned from YouTube. Was I just looked into the camera and I went, I'm gonna fucking prove you wrong. And now one of them's dead, and the other one, I'm still gonna win. So if you're gonna blame someone, use it as a target, get angry at it, and move forward. It's it's
Yeah.
it's not rocket science.
Exactly. Like I said, I get suspended from all social medias.
Good.
And I say I was proud of that. I was showing,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
And like I
Yeah,
said,
fuck them.
yeah.
Yes.
It's impressive. I said you have to take responsibility just as a man from the beginning. And since you're a kid, I mean, yeah, I protected my sister. I mean, something I did. I never hit any of my sister. I never. They hit me back. They hit me a lot. But I share with a woman, and I protected them, and I try not. I got mad, but I wouldn't hit them back because I was told by my father that way. Women, you don't touch a woman.
I have a question for masculine men. Perhaps they have no problem paying for the bill in a first date, but what would you give as advice for the young guys or any guy who in this economy maybe they don't have the money for dinner, but everybody needs love, so what would you suggest? What do you recommend?
Use that as anger. Work harder until you have money. Don't be an idiot. If you really like a girl and you don't have money, don't take him out to dinner. Say, I got a frozen pizza, but I really like you.
So be honest. You can date, you just have to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you go, but I really want to impress her, then shut the fuck up. Work harder, save money, move forward. You're not owed a dinner by anybody.
Exactly, and I know that you don't like the coffee dates, first dates, but I mean, if you don't have the money, you can tell them, look, I don't have the
You're
money.
fucking broke.
Yeah, I'm broke. I mean, but I want you to know me, and
You want
let's
to
go.
sort out who's a gold digger and who's not? Say I'm broke, but I really like you.
Exactly, and then everything goes okay. I mean, but say I'm broke and I'm going to stay broke. That's not a good thing. Is I'm broke. I'm working hard to overcome the situation. That's the thing. But I mean, you cannot say you have to explain. And if usually if it's the first date, probably you already know this lady or this girl from before because I mean that's why you're asking her for a date, and then you can be honest. But I mean, it's not. Yeah, you pay. I have no money. Can you pay for me? No, it's not the way. It's okay. I want to work for it. I want to get win you. I will show you. But for now, let's go for something I can afford.
Can you be strategic in this economy if you don't have a lot of money, but you still want to date? And the types of places you suggest because you know you can afford it?
Yeah. Like Tommy said, pizza.
Pizza. Yeah. No, it's actually an advantage. You can either say I'm broke, but I really like you, not a gold digger. You can go, I can take you to Taco Bell or McDonald's, find out who's a gold digger. You also don't have to go to who says you have to go out to dinner. Who decided that? Fuck that. So we're going to get a candy bar.
Exactly. Let's walk through the park.
Yeah. Yeah, just go get it. You're owed nothing. You owe no one anything. Go about it.
Would you say that as long as you're truthful and you own it, hey, I don't have the money, but let's go on a picnic or let's do something that's free, as long as the messaging is important the way that you say it. It's okay to be that way.
But the important thing also is you have to show that you are a real man. I mean, that you are working to do better. And that's the main thing for me. I mean, you can tell her, okay, but you can show that you open the door for her, you open the car door for her, or you help her, and that's the way. You have to show that you are a real man. But the moment you are going through a bad situation, but it's not permanent, and you are looking to improve, that's why you can choose. And if is a woman really interested in the guy, probably she, she will accept that, and she will feel good that the guy is being honest.
Mm. Can you tell me a little bit more about, you said first date, you do have to impress?
No,
No?
I mean, put on a nice shirt, brush your teeth. But I mean, it's all within every friend I have that got like married early. I mean, like right after college or in college, they're all still together. They all got married when they were just broke students. They're all doctors and lawyers now. They those are the most successful ones, and they provide great lives for their wives and their kids. It my parents met when they were both waiters. Like it's and they had four kids, and we all went to private Catholic school. Like my dad went and made it and provided an insanely nice life for us. The it's a conflation of the two. I get going out. I was never into it in college. I never did the random hookup thing. But I get it. You're young. You're 18. You're full testosterone. You're horny. You're partying. I get it. Sure, you want to put your best foot forward. You want to go, but even then, it's all lying and posturing. It's all take them to the best bar or the best frat party or something. But even then, it's all horseshit, and it's for one reason: it's for sex. And she's lying to you, and you're both fine with that because you're young and attractive. You're having sex. That's whatever. It doesn't convert if you're if you're I mean, you can impress someone with who you are. And I know that sounds
Mm.
like cheesy and some
Interesting.
shit out of a Hallmark card, but I mean, impress them with just like you're a gentleman. You through your actions you show that hey, man, that guy really loves his mom and dad, and he loves his country, and he prays, and it's so all these things that Jimmy and I are talking about they're actually the great equalizers. You don't
Mm.
have to be 6'6". You don't have to have a six pack. You don't have to be beautiful. Anybody, every guy is capable of working hard and providing. One of my friends was like bald by like was going bald by like freshman year of high school. He has a wife who is so far out of his league, but he's a good dude. He works incredibly hard. He's in finance. He's provided a great life for her. There's no, it's the most equal opportunity and progressive thing ever. Any woman can be a loving, faithful, caring person. Everything else, height, what car you drive. That's all superficial. It's the shimmering on top of water. It's not real. It's a reflection. It's an illusion. It's
Mm.
none of it's real.
Yeah.
You can be an ugly, just you can just be a legitimately ugly dude, but you can work hard. You can be a gentleman. You can show love. You can be great to her parents. Show that you love your parents. You do good things. Tip well. Any anyone that's accessible to any. I mean, it gets biblical to a degree, where it's like it is easier for a rich man to pass through the eye of a needle, or a camel to pass through the eye of a needle, than for a rich man to enter the gates of it. It doesn't matter what the fuck you have. You just be a good person. It's so
Mm.
simple. It's everything else. If it requires that much posturing, going out to a good dinner, you got to be this tall and drive this car. If that's what it requires, if those are the ingredients, then the meal is dog shit.
Mm.
Just yeah, it's my 2 cents.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's great. It's true. I mean, I was surprised also 30, you went to university probably 30 something years after me, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yes.
like I said, he was dr- drinking, partying, spending the money that you don't have in beers and
Yeah, it's all well and good, but understand it for what it is.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, the 22, 23. That's the fun part. I mean,
Yeah, you're being an idiot. None of it's real.
exactly. It's making so many mistakes that who cares because you're young,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you can fix that. I mean, as long as you don't do something criminal. But I mean, yeah, well, it was fun. I mean, it was fun. University years was the best years ever in the
Yeah.
way of fun. But no responsibility, just pass your classes and have fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, it's a
Yeah, and the girl was the same. Everybody was doing the same thing. I mean, I remember that.
yeah.
And like I
Yeah.
said, 36 something year different from Tommy, but I mean, we have the same experiences.
Yeah. It's same shit.
Yes.
Go be stupid. Go get way too drunk. Go throw up. Go get in a whatever. Get it out of your system and move on.
Yeah, and become a man, and real men
Yeah.
of, like I said, in protective. That's something that men, like I said, being pushed, or the younger generation are being pushed not to be real men. And I was reading an article said that the X was going to disappear, whatever, and then they will be a different type of men. They already are. I mean, all this liberal thing. I mean, they are not men. I mean, they are. I don't know what. I mean, I guess they behave like they behave like a soft woman. It's a strange, but I mean, and that's it. Be a man, take responsibility, and you have to do it from the first day. I mean, like Tommy said, you don't have to invite the person, you have to be honest. And if you can afford it, okay, take it, but you don't never ask, okay, let's go out, but you pay, or let's split the bill. That's not taking responsibility from the first time.
Actually, I'm remembering the first date I had with my then girlfriend was I she I was practicing interview questions for medical school. That's what the first date was. It was in my apartment. There wasn't even food involved. She was asking them and I was answering them. That you cannot be more broke than a college student getting ready to go to medical school and go into more debt. And it was fine. And we were together for 5, and we did it ended amicably and whatever. But like that, there's no first date and go out to a white tablecloth restaurant. No, it was me. It was her asking me questions and me pretending I was in a med school interview.
And I think you know what happened. This question about first day, whatever, is because now all these people are dependent on the apps, and then they just okay, they put in information and to know each other. They okay,
I've
let's make a date. I mean that you have to go back to the old times. I mean,
I have never once, and I never will use a dating app.
yeah,
Not,
that's yeah,
not
that's
even
crazy.
once.
That's
I am so like genetically internally repulsed by them. Something about it just seems I'm like it just seems so yeah. I don't even engage in that.
yeah.
And I'm like I don't fuck that.
That,
I
that's that's
legit,
that's why people now they are thinking about oh yeah let's go and you pay for the first day because they are going to know each other because they read all the description of the person on a stupid app and they do it instead of meeting it in a different way. I mean I don't understand. I mean like I said I am in the other generation. I don't have
yeah.
the idea how that thing works and I don't care about it. I never care about it. I mean I will never care about it.
Yeah, but it all pans out. So it'd be like, all right, so don't use a dating app, and then you can't find anyone. Well, to me, that's fine. I'm okay with solitude. You shouldn't be. "Oh, yeah, I have to be with someone. I have to be. You should be okay by yourself, and fill it with some other. What is my other goal? Is to build my podcast, freedom, make money, be able to do what I want. You shouldn't be. I know some people who've never I've had friends since middle school who have never gone more than like a month without a girlfriend. You just move from one end to the other, and it's just like at a certain point you have to ask, like, do you legitimately love all of them, or are you just terrified of being alone? And why are you terrified of being alone? Is it because you can't define yourself by any, you know, positive or meaningful characteristics? Well, what are you without it? Nothing. I'm just a what? No. Be like I might never find someone. Fuck it. Whatever. I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm
Yes.
gonna do whatever I want. You know.
So you both advocate be authentic, tell the truth, be honest if you date, and then also take responsibility, be a man. That's what you're saying.
It's so absolutely simple. You should write
Exactly.
it down on one note card.
Okay.
Be honest, work hard, be a dude.
Exactly.
Wow.
A real
Wow.
dude, not those one that now they're creating. Real
Yeah,
dude.
Yes.
a real dude. Yeah, don't chop your dick off. It's pretty simple. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Tommy and Jamie, for the male point of view
Of
on
course.
who pays on a first date. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you.